Becca, you're up.
If n represents the number of different values of x for which f of x equals 2, and m represents the number of different values of x for which f of x equals 4, what is the value of mn?
Okay, Becca. What do you think, ma'am?
If you go to f of x equals -2, if you find the y of -2, your x is -1.
Oh, if you go, I'm sorry, say it again. If you go to where?
If you go to the 2 on the graph,
Which two? On the y or the
The
x-axis? On the y-axis. So here.
and then you find what the x is for that,
Okay, what is it?
0.
0, you're right.
Is that what is like f of 0 equals to?
You're right, f of 0 equals 2. Yes. So f of 0 equals 2. Oh, so you're saying m equals 0. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't think so. See, it doesn't say f of m is 2, does it?
No.
Right? It says if n represents the number of different values of x for which f of x is 2. In other words, how many different values of x give you a y value of 2? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So how many different values of x on this function give you a y value of 2?
1.
Which one? X equals
0.
0. Is there any more? Can anybody else spot any more? Yes.
But there are two more.
Two more. Where are they?
Well, right before.
At x equals
Well, it's like 1.9.
1.9 and
1.9.
negative 1. But you're right. See? Here, if you draw the line y equals 2, this line crosses my function at 3 different points. You see, Miss Becca?
Mhm.
And at each one of these points, the y value of the function is 2. Therefore, that means at each one of these points, f of x is equal to 2.
So
Because we all know f of x means y, right?
Yep.
So therefore, n must equal
3.
3. 1 through 3 points. Then, it says m represents the number of different values of x for which f of x equals 4.
So that would be 2.
Very good. Because if you draw the line y equals 4, it becomes tangent to the graph over here, and it crosses the graph over there as well. So therefore, that means m is equal to 2. Right, Bridget? Makes sense?
Yeah.
Good. So then 3 times 2 is 6, and that's the answer to this question. Everybody with us? Excellent. Okay. Number 9. Jackie Schletter, please.
A culture of 5,000 bacteria triples every 15 minutes. What is the size of the bacteria population after 8 hours have elapsed?
Okay, Miss Jackie.
Well, there's an equation.
There is an equation. In fact, there's 5 of them.
I know that it's like you do, you raise like that it triples
Mm-hmm.
to like, I forget actually.
You're right. I bet you most of the people in this room also forget. Huh? Am I right? Who remembers the equation Jackie is talking about? Nobody. Alrighty. Okay, so what can we do here? Can we cheat to solve this problem? Yes, we can. That's usually the response when I ask that question, right? So what can we do? How can we cheat here? So it says if the bacteria triples every 15 minutes, what's the size of the bacteria after 8 hours? So how can we cheat here? Yes.
You could figure out what it is after 1 hour or
Ah.
something, and then put them all
Pick
into
one
equations.
for each. right? All right, let's try that, okay? H equals 1 hour, right? So then we say, all right, at the beginning, the bacteria count is 5,000. 15 minutes later, we triple that. 30 minutes later, we triple that. 45 minutes later, we triple that. And then 60 minutes later, which is H equals 1, we have to triple this. Gee, I can't do this in my head. Can somebody do it?
405.
405,000, thank you. So therefore, at the 1 hour mark, we need this many bacteria. So that means if I put 1 in for H in any of these questions, in any of these answers, then whichever one gives me this number, that's the answer, right? Okay, so let's go. Let's get on with it. Start with your calculators, put a 1 in for H, and tell me which one gives you 405. What is it?
B.
B. Anybody get that one? Doesn't look like Lauren got that one.
Yeah, I didn't.
You did? Okay then. Any questions on this one? No? That was easy, wasn't it? Great, you didn't have to remember any such equation. Okay. How about Sophie? Sophie Goodman. Can you read the next one, please?
Sure. If y equals 0.25 to the x and y equals 4 to the x are graphed on the same set of axes, which transformation will map one of these curves onto the other?
All right, Miss Sophie. What would you do to this problem?
Graph it on our calculator.
Let's go. Okay. So we put 0.25 to the x on the y1, and then underneath on the y2 we go 4 to the x, and then we hit zoom 6. Okay. So if you did it right, then you're going to get this shape right here. Right? Okay. So what do you think, Sophie? Is this a reflection in the y-axis? Or a reflection in the x-axis? Or a reflection in the origin?
Reflection on the y-axis.
Perfect. Yes. That's the correct answer. Choice A. Does everybody understand? Beautiful. Yes.
Calculator isn't showing like the axes.
Oh, go into the programs and go to the last one I gave you called xclean and run that one. And now hit the graph key. What do you think of that one?
Yeah, it works. Thanks.
Okay. If your calculator is ever misbehaving, just run that program and it will not misbehave anymore. Okay. Number 11. Miss Lauren Litsky.
The graph of f of x equals negative, parentheses x minus 3 parentheses the 2 plus 1.
What would you do for this one, Miss Lauren?
Could I graph it?
Yes, you could, absolutely. Now, for those of you who just learned how to find the minimum or maximum, this would be a good exercise for you, yes, ma'am?
Mine, I just tried to clean it, but it won't let me grab it. It says there's
Oh yeah, here's your error. See, here, look up. Let me show you something.
an error. Okay.
Let's try to graph this, right? And it says syntax error, right? Now, instead of hitting the quit key, hit the go to key, right?
Okay.
And it shows you where the error is. See?
Oh, okay.
That's what it's complaining about. Do you understand what the error is?
No.
Well, you can't use that negative sign in front of a parenthesis.
Oh, why
See?
not?
You need to use this button.
Oh,
You get it?
yep,
See, this calculator even tells you what's wrong.
great. Thanks.
Isn't that nice?
Yep.
Okay, how's everybody doing? Did everybody find the minimum or maximum of this graph yet? Huh? Sophie, did you do it? Oh, you're busy. Good. Hit enter. There it is. Everybody okay? Yeah? What's the answer? Did you find it?
I got the minimum, but it's pretty, I don't know.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, you can't put this sign over there, see? That's the -3. See, if you want to subtract, you have to use this sign, right? If you use that sign up there, your calculator thinks you're doing x times -3.
Okay.
You see? So, oh, you didn't have to
I'll
erase
just
the
do
whole
it.
thing, you just have to type that negative sign in place.
Thanks.
All right? You're welcome. Okay. Yes, ma'am?
How do you get the minimum one? I understand how to get to find the maximum on here, but how do you do the minimum?
Exactly the same way, right? Except you're looking at a dip, right? And then you go minimum, and it says give me a right bound, give me a left bound, give me a guess, boom.
So you only do minimum on the ones that are facing up, and the maximum on the ones that are facing down.
Yep, you do minimums on these, and you maximums on these.
Okay.
Okay? That's it. Good. So what's the correct answer here?
Reach the maximum at 3-1.
Yes, C. Very good. Now, let's make a flashcard, ladies and gents. Just ladies, no gents here today. What does f of x plus 2 do to graph of f of x? Did we make this already?
Yeah.
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 Then let's not. Okay? And we made the other one about the vertical shift too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Good. All right. So Sophie Hornick, please read problem 12.
The point to -1 on the graph, y equals f of x, is shifted to which point on the graph of y equals f of x plus 2?
Oh, good. That was exactly what I was going to write here. Don't you wish I had finished that, huh? But you can do this. So what does f of x plus 2 do to the graph of f of x?
I think it moved it over to the left.
Shifts it left by 2. So then point 2 and -1, when it's shifted to the left by 2, becomes
0, -1.
0 and -1. Correct. Choice C. Okay. Miss Jossie, you're up next.
If g of x equals -2 intersects the graph of y, f of x equals f of x plus k at one point, which of these choices could be the value of k?
Okay, let me draw this. So, we have this thing going on here. Then we go down to here. And this is at -2. Then we go down to here, just a little beyond -3. And here we are. Okay, so it says, if g of x equals -2 intersects the graph of y equals f of x plus k. Now this is the graph of f of x, right? Jossie, what does g of x equals -2 look like if I was going to draw it here?
Well, it's when y equals -2.
Good, you're right. It looks like this. Right. So, here we go. Like that, right? Here's g of x equals -2. It says, if this line is going to intersect the graph of f of x plus k at only one point, which of these choices could be the value of k? Now, what does k do to the graph of f of x, Miss Jossie? What does this k do to the graph of y
It
equals
moves that point up and down.
Oh, it moves the graph up and down, exactly right? Good. So then, if I want this line to only meet this graph at the one point, should I move it up or should I move the graph down?
Move it up.
Move it up, you're right. By how much?
I'm not sure.
Well, here. If I move it up by this much,
Then it'll
right?
just intersect at that
Then
point.
it would just become tangent to this point, right?
Right.
So all you have to do is measure that distance.
That's
So-
1.5.
1.5. So you need to shift the whole graph up by 1.5, which means k must equal
1.5.
positive 1.5. Is that clear? Everybody understand?
No.
No? Okay. What part didn't you understand?
So g of x equals -2 is,
Is this line right here. Did you understand that?
okay, yeah.
Y equals -2, right? Now, the graph is saying, if I only want g of x equals -2 to intersect my f of x, this graph, at only one point, right? How far should I shift my f of x up or down? That's what it's saying, right? Because f of x plus k shifts the graph of f of x vertically by k. You understand that part, Becca? All right then. So then, we said, if I want only this horizontal line to touch this graph of f of x at one point, if I move the graph down, it's only going to get worse. And it's always going to meet it at least 2 points.
Okay.
So therefore, we're going to shift it up. Did you get it now? All right, great. Everybody else with us? Yes? Yuri. Okay. Jackie Duran, number 14.
The graph of y equals x squared minus
Well, I'm sorry, stop. I apologize. Before you start reading, change the answer A on this problem to x squared minus x, please. Otherwise, you have two identical answers, A and C. Okay. So after that, please go ahead and read.
the graph of y equals x squared minus x is reflected in the x-axis to produce the graph of y1. The graph of y1 is reflected into the y-axis to produce the graph of y2. What is an equation?